Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Another day. Eddie Marcus here trying to see if this could be the day that way which will stir you in the right direction. Hopefully, this is our keeping hope alive. You know, I can't think of anything that is on earth that has no purpose. There seems to be purpose in everything. You think about a tree. A tree you planted and it will sit there as long as it has the wherewithal to survive and live. Doesn't move, doesn't go anywhere, just right there. Everything that has life has purpose. We human beings come on this earth, life, purpose. Certain things are absolutely required, and they are obvious. Survival, and the things that we do are as an expansion of our imagination. Some of them doesn't necessarily have to happen, but we the people determine that we want it to happen and we cause it to happen. The resources are here. Like atomic energy. Somebody said it would be good, that it could benefit the people of the world. Somebody said yes, it can, and could make some of us boss, because we can come up with something that will annihilate the rest of you who don't have it if you don't obey what we want you to obey. And this is the way the world bounces. And this also is responsible for the pain and suffering that we have. I was thinking about many of you have pets. And when you see pets, when you go to public places like stores, just out where people, you can see where people love their pets, and their pets are all in their little baskets and their little shirts, and they are drinking water out of the pet's mouth, and the pets drinking water out of their mouths, and the pets are riding on their shoulders, all that little stuff. You can say, wow, that looks nice, but I couldn't do it. That's what some other people would say who don't agree with that kind of stuff. Then you go to some places where the pets are just something that people got. You look at them, they look dirty. They need to be groomed. They need to be cared for. They even look like they're sad, homeless. And you look at the two different species, and you look at the one that's dirty, and you look at the one that looks clean. And you can see the one that looks clean and stuff like this. It's like they got care. Someone cares about them. Who cares about them? The owner, the one who got the pets, the one who can, the one who feeds them, the one that they are the ones. Look on the other side, where these pets look the way they look. Who's responsible? Are the pets responsible? No. It is the people that got the pets. They are not doing due diligence. They say this is fine with them. It might not, and the pets, I don't know if the pet's satisfied with it or not. But if you're looking at them, depending upon what your mindset is, you're either going to be swayed one way or the other. If you see the cleanliness as the way, you're going to really feel bad about that stuff that looks so good, yet it's not the pets. It's the people. So when you said that to say this, if the people who got pets can take care of their pets and make their pets look so good, then look at the people. The whole human population, that's God. God's people. Now God is responsible for we the people. God, that we can't see, is responsible for the people on earth, wherever they are, what kind of shade they are, how short or how tall or how skinny or how fat. God is responsible. And in that responsibility, God provided that all of the resources necessary for we as human beings to do anything that we want to do, when we want to, as often as we want to, we can do it. What he did, stored on the earth, in the earth, above the earth, resources. Know that you're going to be fed through your imagination. And he gives you gifts. Gifts, something that you would love to do. Something that you can engage yourself. I talk about it all the time. On this earth, you here, you like a tree, you got to do something. You just can't come here and be born out and throw it out there and drop. You know that you die right there. Somebody takes care of you till you get to the point where you're able to understand and do. Now you engage your hands. And what is the number one thing that you engage your hand in as people of the world? Those things that are for survival, food and clothing and shelter. Other stuff like education and healthcare, transportation. You know, as your imagination grows. Who do that? You, the people all over the earth. Do what you want to do with what you got. And anything you need, you talk about each other and get it. You, the people. You fill your reservoir of everything you used to could use money to buy. Now you don't need money anymore. Why? Because you woke up. You're not a slave anymore. You're not a slave to the money scheme. You're not a slave to that Ponzi scheme. You're not a slave to that con game. You are free to live and enjoy playing basketball. Be the greatest. Or sports, should I say. Be the greatest. Enjoy teaching. Be the greatest and that you can be. That's all you can do. In engineering, anything, you just be the greatest. Why? Because you're free to be that. You are God's creation. And you do these kinds of things. Nobody's homeless. Nobody's suffering for lack of education, healthcare, transportation, anything they can imagine. Nobody. That's Satan's kind of school. When you see that stuff done on earth, if it's happening in America, it's because America is ruled by Satan. If it's happening in Russia, it's because Russia is ruled by Satan. If it's happening anywhere on earth, China, Africa, it's because those places are ruled by Satan. You got a political season going here in America. You're talking about Republicans and Democrats. You just point your finger at the Republicans and say they got to be the most evil thing since you've ever been on the face of the earth. Republicans says, yes, they're evil because they look at the Democrats, and Democrats been evil since they've been on the face of the earth. So one to the other, everything is evil. You don't look evil to yourself. You look great to yourselves, and you blaming everybody else. But you look at America, look at the earth. It's fucked up. People are hungry. Everything's messed up. And the God that is responsible, you say God is done this. This is not God. God gave responsibility to the people. And you have failed, the people have failed miserably. And Satan is running the world. God's sitting up there waiting to see where is somebody that loves God. Preachers don't love God. I heard a man the other day say, if you want to know who he is, look at the Bible. Well, he's the biggest devil on earth. Why? Because he don't know nothing about God. Why you say that? So, I wanted to take this moment, ladies and gentlemen, to tell you that this little scheme that's going on in America, Republicans and Democrats, old man who won't run for office, all that stuff is nothing but a bunch of BS. And you, the American people, you are full of it. You sitting there playing that game. You let these guys who got some money throw that stuff in front of you on television and stuff like this, and you act like a little stupid fool, like you got no sense at all. You just draw that stuff in and choose what side you got on, and then at the end of the day, people down there still can't pay their bills, still can't clean the snow off the way, or put salt down and keep them falling. Old folks can't, oh man, I don't want to go through that anymore. And this is what you're going to set up and say you're going to bring into the next generation? This stupid stuff? Man, we can be living. Everybody got what they need. You ain't got no teeth, you can go get a set of brand new teeth. You ain't got no eyes, you can go get a set of new eyes. Why? Because God has opened up our minds, opened up our hearts, and given us what we've always had, the ability. And we're using it for one another, not for profit, not to make you look good over somebody else, but to make what you do add to everybody looking good. I heard somebody tell a lie one time saying Lucifer was the prettiest thing walking around in heaven. You see that? Now see, it takes a fool to say something like that. God has made something so beautiful and everything else looks ugly. You got to be out of your mind. That's you. Everything that God made is as beautiful as it was made to be, and there's nothing more beautiful than it. Well, y'all just making me kind of sick now because I live in this world. I've been living in this world a long time. I've been living through this bullshit a long time. I've been watching people, hoping people would change. People not changing. They're getting worse and worse and worse every day. And people need one another every day, crying out for one another. But they don't know nothing about God. The liars in the church telling you about God trying to get your money. The ones that's other talking, just telling you a bunch of bull. They tell you God said thou shalt not kill on the one side of his mouth, on the other side of his mouth, he's sending you somewhere to go kill everything. don't know nothing about God. God is love. If you knew God, you would not hurt another. Why? Because God didn't make us to hurt one another. Only the devil would do that, hurting somebody else, hurting one another. God put you here, God keep you here, and God can take you someplace, do someplace else, or whatever God wants to do with you. It's God's business. You didn't know anything before God, and you won't know anything after God. So sit down and live. Or should I say, stand up and live. Or sleep and live. But whatever I say, do, listen to God, and you will live. Till next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.